Hello, everybody. It's me, Robo, and Snazzy, back again on the EgoSurf Podcast. This is episode 11, guys. We are
That's
on episode
crazy.
11. 11's actually my least favorite number.
You have a least favorite number?
Yeah. Is that weird? Is that weird? I don't know.
I have a favorite number, but not a least favorite number.
All right, Snazzy. Favorite number? 3, 2, 1.
7.
7. Wow.
Oh my gosh!
Oh my god! We definitely didn't know that about each other for
Yes.
years. Yeah, no. All right, Snazzy. Favorite color? 3, 2, 1.
Purple.
Purple.
Oh my gosh! We're
Oh
in sync. No.
This is crazy, guys. This is why me and Snazzy are couple goals. Okay.
True.
Anyway, welcome back to the EgoSurf Podcast. It's been not too long since the last episode. I'm assuming this is going to go up in like
Hopefully.
a day or two. So
Yeah,
it's going to be about like 10 days, give or take.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, yeah, we're on episode 11. It's been about a week and a half, 2 weeks, I think, since the last episode. Or it went up a week ago, but you know. But yeah, welcome to the podcast, guys. If you guys don't know me or Robo, my name is Snazzy Blocks. I'm a Twitter content creator for the most part. I post like about Fortnite news and stuff, and that's what we mostly go over in this podcast. And then Robo, he makes awesome YouTube videos about JoJo, and he's also a big Fortnite fan, obviously.
And other stuff, too. Like,
Yes, and video.
Five
like,
Nights at Freddy's movie.
Five Nights at Freddy's
and
movie and
Random video games.
usually like obscure video games, which is kind of cool.
Persona 5, very obscure game.
Well, besides that one, you've done one on Turbo Overkill, which I mean I know some people know about, but not like a ton of people. And then you did a video about your favorite game,
Intrusion 2.
Intrusion 2.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good
But-
video. Can't wait to make more of those.
Robo,
Anyway.
what have you been up to the last week or so? I know you've had a crazy week or
Yeah,
so.
I had a crazy week. I told you about it. Mainly just musical stuff. I was in a musical. It went well.
Yeah. You had
Well, I was-
had some complications though, right?
Yeah, I was very ill. I was very ill.
Yeah.
By very ill, I mean like I had a stuffy nose, so that was rough. I had to wear a mask on stage.
You had the COVID.
Oh yeah, I had COVID. I had COVID. So.
Yeah, dude, that sucks. You have to wear a mask on stage.
Yeah, I mean like, it
Yeah.
sucks, but it's in the rules of the world. You know, it's nothing crazy. It just sucks I had to do it. I'm not saying like I'm bashing them for that, but
Yeah. I mean, but I remember when I was working at McDonald's during the height of COVID, and I had to wear a mask with glasses on, and like sometimes I'd have a headset and a hat. Dude, I was like sweating my balls off at the same. It was terrible.
oh yeah, dude, I was sweating. I played a priest. I was on a priest outfit. Also, it was.
Do you? Never mind. I'm not gonna make that joke.
Make the joke, Snazzy.
No,
Make the joke.
no.
Make the joke.
Dude,
Snazzy, was it about how priests
this is about priests touch little children. Yeah.
touch little boys? Yeah.
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 I'm sorry.
Go figures. Go figures. Yeah.
Did you have fun in the role though?
Yeah, I mean, I had fun. I had a speaking role. It was enjoyable.
The
Hey.
what was like the character? Like, was he funny? Is he like a sober guy? Is he?
I mean, no, he's supposed to be funny. Like the scene that I'm in, I'm a priest, right? Like I'm a
Yeah.
Catholic priest. The scene that I'm in, one of the main characters says like, I don't care if you slept with 100 men, and I'm supposed to like react all funnily, you know, make like a face and shit like that, like,
Oh,
100 men, I don't like men, you know.
it's
Stuff like that.
100 dicks. That's you've been ran
Yeah,
through.
yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, that was kind of the character.
Very.
Yeah, I
very
mean, I had a
epic.
fun time. I had a fun time. My priest outfit was kind of fire. It was the cloak. My cloak was white and gold, and then like my
okay.
the actual priest outfit. It has like a bunch of buttons, right, and it goes straight down. It was black and red. I felt like a Helsing character.
I was literally gonna say, were you dressed up like a Helsing ultimate priest?
Yeah. It was. I just needed a pair of glasses, and that was basically it. Yeah.
That's very
So.
a pair of glasses. That's very.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. No, it was pretty fun.
Speaking of glasses, I'm wearing glasses right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know if you know this, but so funny enough, contacts cost a huge amount of money, and insurance typically doesn't cover contacts. So to save money, I am now wearing glasses when I don't go out. So that they last longer, because then I'm gonna have to spend $1,000 on contacts again, which is just great.
Wait. Oh wait, don't you have to change out? I don't wear contacts, so I wouldn't know. But don't you have to change them out after a period of time?
I have to change them out every day. So I have like after they go bad, and then I have to like buy more eventually because they run out. But yeah, and after the car accident, or not car accident, the head gasket blew, I'm like broke. So I don't have the money for like a contact replenish right now, and I'm gonna run out semi soon, so I'm trying to hold off on the contacts first.
So guys, in layman's terms, Snazzy's broke.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what we're getting at here.
I did get paid though recently.
Oh, okay.
I got.
Well, I mean, you make your way back up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was very epic.
That was basically Snazzy's week, is that he was broke.
Yeah, I literally did, dude. I'm not joking. Like, the only thing I have to entertain myself right now is my computer and like all the streaming services I own, and that's it. Like I can't go out to eat. I don't have money to go to the movie theater very often. I can't, I just like I have to say no to stuff because I don't have gas money either. Like now I do, but dude, I was strapped for a second, which really sucked. But we make things work.
That's rough.
Oh, and then California was like, you need to register your car, and then I was like, they were like, that will be $150. I was like, thank you, California, I appreciate you.
Yo, I ordered Domino's earlier today, guys. Right? I ordered Domino's. I ordered Domino's, right? And I go on the Domino's website. You could probably, if you look at the Domino's website, you'll probably see it. I click on like the $6 for like anything.
Yeah,
if you see a coupon where like you spend $6 to get a pizza, and then the next item you get will also be $6. I click on that, and it's like, California prices may vary. What? Yeah, it's Domino's is literally saying if you live in California, your prices will be higher.
It's so bad.
I'm just sitting here like, what?
It's so bad, dude. Companies are literally like not going out of business, but like everything is skyrocketing in price right now because I'm getting paid $21 an hour to just stand in Arby's, like helping a customer every couple of like once an hour. Like it's so bad. We're getting paid so much to do nothing practically, and I just can't believe our prices are so bad that other places have to tell you, I guess, California prices might vary. That's just ridiculous. I love that.
Yeah,
makes me
terrible.
Love my state.
My state's doing pretty well, guys, not gonna lie. New Jersey's pretty awesome. It's summertime. I'm gonna be going to the beach soon. Jersey Shore.
Who was that one guy that you sent? Like someone rated the states. You were like,
oh, yo, I guys, I sent Snazzy a Instagram reel. It was it's like some YouTube guy. He was rating the states, and he's like, New Jersey, S tier, New York,
California for some reason.
California,
I was
S tier, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, that was a little.
California's not like I mean, I don't live there, but from my outside information, it's not like a bad state. It's probably like B or A, probably high B, probably A.
Look, it's nice. It's a nice state, but we have a lot of underlying issues that are going to eventually blow up in our face. So it's like California's like this ticking time bomb. That's how it is here.
Yeah, Florida's also a ticking time bomb. That place is gonna be under the water in like 50 years.
Okay, well, we have the San Andreas fault line on California here. So
oh yeah,
we're gonna be underwater too. Enough about our weeks. Oh, sorry. One last thing. I did start my job, like more officially. I had my first day last episode we talked, but I started my job officially, like really, and I've been closing a couple shifts, and I actually really like the job. It's actually nice. I like it. The people are nice. The work is not too stressful. It's pretty like, this is what I do every day. It's not like too like nothing varies too much. Yeah, it's a good time. I'm enjoying it a lot. McDonald's gave me some good experience so that I'm a god tier assistant manager, So, yeah. Besides that,
I can't wait for me to get a job.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear what your
experience.
Yeah, I want to see what like. I feel like work. Not that you're like not humble, but I feel like work is. I feel like work is gonna humble you so much in terms of like understanding people, I guess, is what I'm trying to say.
I think when I work, I will be the best employee. I will do everything correctly. Because I have so much experience dealing with bad customer service, I'm going to know how it's going to feel like. Unless there is something that's completely out of my control, I will try my hardest. Especially if I worked in a line where there is constant customer service. Like, let's say I'm a waiter at a restaurant, right? I would be the fucking best waiter. I would be the best waiter, Snazzy. I would do everything correctly.
You would be the best.
I would be the best waiter.
And then your manager, because managers suck, they're gonna like find something to pick on, and then it like just
Robo, your shoe's untied, and I'm like, fuck, then I get fired. Like,
yep,
it's gonna happen.
No, they seriously like it. No matter how hard you try, I swear, like managers find something to pick at. It's so annoying. I hate it, but it's kind of their job. Anyway, our first topic besides us. We have an amazing guy who has been working on Fortnite since its inception, named Donald Mustard, and he just did an interview after quitting. He's been officially quitted for like 7 months or so,
something like that.
Yeah, since September-ish, October. But anyway. He did an interview about Fortnite and kind of like how it was working on it, and me and Robo thought it was really interesting. We wanted to talk about it. A couple things that were said, like I didn't know this, but it's just funny to think about how Donald Mustard, the way that Fortnite came up, like the battle royale came up, was they were in like a car. Him and like 3 other people were in the back of a car. And they were just, like, brainstorming ideas for Fortnite. And apparently, like, he just came up with Fortnite Battle Royale because of Minecraft Hunger Games. Which I just think is hilarious. Like, imagine just being in that car ride with, like, 3 random executives. And that's your concept you come up with. And then, did you hear about the bus? Some school bus passed by.
Oh, yeah, dude, they were in a car and a school bus passed by. And he's like, That's what they're gonna fly into the island on.
That's the bus.
A bus.
A battle bus.
I wonder if the school bus that they saw was actually blue, or he just wanted to make it blue. I'm curious because there are blue school buses.
He was in New York, right? Or no, it was California.
He was in California.
I'd be shocked if there was a blue. I've never seen a blue school bus in California, but maybe he saw a blue bus.
I'm pretty sure Catholic schools have blue school buses.
That is the most random information I've
Sorry, I just know that. My bad.
Blue school buses. But yeah, they had this awesome interview, and it came at a really interesting time because people. So obviously, there's been a lot of talk about Fortnite having like identity issues, like the way that like just having Fortnite, like you look at like Fallout, you look at games like Borderlands. And you go, that is Borderlands, this is the vibe Borderlands gives, and it's like, it's its own, like, identity. Fortnite had an identity, and it definitely feels like it's gone, it's missing, it's disappearing. And this interview came out, and it's just talking about he was talking about, like, what it was like working on the game. Do you want to talk about like what he the last season he worked on and kind of
so the last season that he worked on was Vibin, which I have a pretty interesting relationship with Vibin. I met Snazzy the season before Vibin, towards like the middle half of it. So I think me and Snazzy really started playing the video game together around Vibin, which was chapter 3 season 3. I think that's season 21 for
yes, that's it.
Yeah. So my relationship, I can't fucking talk. My relationship with Vibin is sorry guys, my mouth is really dry. I almost just chugged this entire sparkling water here. Let me just
Oh my gosh.
Give me 1 sec.
He's guzzling it down. That is a noise. Okay.
Okay, I'm good.
I got my ASMR in.
Yeah. But Vibin is an okay season. It's very middle of the road for me. I kind of find this interesting. When he was talking about it, he was like, "Oh, I got Darth Vader in the game, and I got Indiana Jones in the game, and those were like the last 2 things that I wanted before I left." And that really shows like the childish side of this guy. Like, if I'm leaving Fortnite, I'm leaving with Darth Vader and Indiana Jones. Like, okay, yeah. I mean, it's funny. It's interesting.
He talked about how he wanted it to be as like this like playground. People could like do anything with any character, you know?
Yeah, and I mean, it definitely, I can definitely see his vision there. You know, it's very apparent.
The what's it called? This stuff about Nintendo came up with how like this is why we couldn't get Mario in them, and it's because the only reason they couldn't do it was because they didn't want Mario popping up on like an Xbox screen or something, which is just hilarious. But
so weird and sad and what the fuck is wrong with you guys?
It's like
super petty.
It probably obviously like, it wouldn't have affected like their bottom line. It probably would have actually done them. It probably would have boosted them slightly in some way or another. But Nintendo's got this dumb rule where like everything has to be exclusive to Nintendo, and I mean honestly, it has kept them in business. There's a reason people buy Nintendos. It's not because the software is great, it's because the games are good and they're exclusively on the Nintendo. So you know, besides that though, it was really cool seeing this interview. The another thing that like he talked about how like I kind of, you know, I made this do you remember the video? I've been made fun of for it. You might remember. The video I talked about why imposters was removed from Fortnite.
I don't remember what you said in the video, but I remember you making it.
So I made the video and I talked about how I basically said I think that they got rid of it because of the resources that were being like people wanted them to update it, and I was like, I think they got rid of it because they're gonna, you know, move forward with UEFN and Creative 2.0 at the time. That's what we were calling it. And obviously he talked about how like resources have been removed from like the live event team so that they could work on UEFN and all the game modes like Rocket Racing and the Lego mode. It's just, it sucks to hear. We all theorized about it, but it does suck to hear that like Donald Mustard was pushed out of the company, basically.
But yeah, he couldn't do what he wanted to do anymore, so he was like, I'm out.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it reminds me of, I compared him to, what's his name? Kaplan, the guy who works... Jeff Kaplan. Jeff Kaplan left because he couldn't make Overwatch into you know the story. Titan, an MMO that was supposed to replace World of Warcraft, turned into Overwatch, which was supposed to be a 3-step, you know, they were going to go from Overwatch to Overwatch 2, which was supposed to be the PvE mode, and then Overwatch 2 was supposed to become... Overwatch 3 was going to be Titan, basically, eventually. And yeah, it sucks to hear that he basically had this creative vision, and Tim Sweeney obviously didn't agree with it. He was like, I'm done. And Fortnite has never been the same since. I feel like... I mean, since Vibin, I still was, I mean, I'm still invested in the game, but, like, around Vibin was probably the time when the game started to feel different, you know? Like, in terms of character and, like, storyline, you know?
Yeah, I actually fully agree. I think the latter half of Chapter 3 is generally when it started falling, which is right when he left.
Yeah.
There was still, like, remnants of what he wanted to do.
Yeah, like Mega City.
Like, yeah, the scientist AI, Amy, that was still, like, her character, she clearly had something going on, because we did. She was still around during the first season of Chapter 4, and then we did quest for her, and she's like, "All right, I'll see you guys soon. Thanks. I'm gonna go find the scientist." And then never seen again. And I'm like,
yeah,
that sucks.
I don't understand. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. Like, what is the benefit of not at least wrapping up the story? Like, give people an ending so that people don't feel like they were just shortchanged. Because now we all know that the reason why was because Donald Mustard quit. It's not because, like, it wasn't some other arbitrary reason. It's because he got pushed out and his creative vision was shafted because they wanted to focus on the metaverse, which I was telling my dad this year. I was like, Fortnite is the only game that will... I feel like he's the only game in a position to actually bring forward something of, like, Ready Player One level, the metaverse, you know?
Yeah.
But it does suck, because I wish I could have, I wish he could have done what he wanted to do, and give us... I love Fortnite. I don't know if I love Fortnite anymore. Do I love Fortnite? Robo, do you love Fortnite? I love old Fortnite. I don't know if I love current Fortnite. You know what I mean?
I think I stopped loving Fortnite around Chapter 5. Actually, I want to say that I actually still loved Fortnite during Chapter 4. I think Chapter 4 was, like, relatively good in my opinion. Even if the storyline wasn't there, I still was having fun with Chapter 4. Because I could see glimpses of what they were doing. And I liked that about Chapter 4. I liked the map, I liked all the metas, I liked the battle passes, I liked the seasons, really.
Yeah. I loved Fortnite.
After Chapter 4 is really when I stopped loving the game. Yeah.
I think the game... I was into Fortnite through Chapter 4 Season 2. And then after Season 3, I think killed my like, dude, that jungle season, dude, like, no. I'm sorry. I just couldn't.
I actually agree with that. Wilds, I think it was called. Wilds
Wilds
was not a great season, but I also didn't necessarily hate it. I think it's very average. It's not even like anything bad. I think there was good parts about the season. Like, I think the weapons and like the loot pool was spectacular. The weapons that came out that season were really interesting and great.
Yeah.
I really hope we see more interesting weapons in the game.
Yeah, it's been kind of boring lately.
Nothing interesting. It's really sad.
Dude, yeah, I mean, besides the Avatar mythics, what, like, every gun
is so boring and basic. It's the AR, shotgun, SMG, sniper.
I actually think that the modifiers, or the mods, are partly to blame.
Yeah, they hindered the gameplay, 100%.
Because every gun feels the same, like you just you put on the same reticle.
With very slight differences. The difference between a striker AR and the Nemesis AR is the Nemesis shoots slower, but it has more bullets and it does more damage. Which, I mean, like, every gun was like that, but there was still some uniqueness and just variety. Like, for example, you had the normal AR, but then you had the burst AR, you had the scoped AR. I kind of like that, but now every gun feels like every other gun. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, and like, when we had the red dot sights on like the oh my gosh, the Foundation's AR, right? Like, and you have sniper rifles. Like, there was a category and there was a purpose for that weapon, and you have like I'm gonna go grab a sniper because I want the scope. I'm gonna go grab my AR because I want my my mid-range gun. SMGs are my close range, not super close, not like a far distance gun. Like, everything had like this like spot, and I think it allowed for more creativity in the weapon pool. And now every gun just, like you said, it just all feels the same with different variations in speed and ammo limits, Like, it's boring. It sucks. Fortnite's soul is just not there anymore.
Yeah.
It's, going on about this, obviously Donald Mustard quit, and then I called this back in September, and we talked about it actually on the podcast. I would actually love to go back and look at what we said, because that would be super interesting. But
I think that was actually our first podcast episode.
Yeah, it was. It was the first podcast episode.
Yeah.
Episode 1, we were talking about Donald Mustard quitting, and we were saying how, like, obviously employees were quitting from Epic Games at the time, and like stuff just wasn't feeling the same. And now we've got so much stuff that's changed since he left. Like the metaverse, obviously there's a focus on the metaverse, and there's no story like at all. No one's talking about the story.
The story is just like corporation shows up on the island. Corporation does
Steal
stuff
Banana
on the island.
Man.
Yeah.
And
Corporation gets taken down by some random character in the battle pass, and we're told this through loading screens.
And then new organization
New organization shows up. Evil corporation. It seems like Fortnite's reoccurring thing that they just always fall back on is evil corporation, and it's ironic because they are literally becoming an evil corporation.
Yeah.
So,
speaking of evil
sad.
corporations, obviously, dude, back in December, we also talked about this. The locker UI changed in Chapter 5, and they haven't fixed it. It's so bad, and then they get rid of the rarities, and the game isn't like Fortnite anymore, and I don't understand. They're like trying so hard to get away from the BR, and it's like I don't know why. It's like why can't we have both? Why can't we have the BR and the metaverse? Or why can't both, be equally cared for? I just, it's so annoying.
Yeah, I think it's interesting that they got rid of imposters, even though I'm pretty sure imposters had more average players than Rocket Racing.
It did.
It did.
It
probably had more average players than Lego Fortnite currently.
Probably
yeah.
current Lego Fortnite. Yeah. I wonder why they got rid of it. Actually, now that we obviously nowadays.
You were probably right. It probably was resources, which I guess we can talk about here. No more live events.
Yeah,
which is another is because the resources that were doing live events just got all split up and they got moved to different projects or fired. I can assume.
Yep.
So
we got in the effort to make the Lego mode and the racing mode, we deleted live events, which I just feel like kept Fortnite relative, dude, or relevant. I mean they still do them, but only once a year. And speaking of once a year, we mentioned this earlier, but Mega City from Chapter 4 Season 2 was supposed to be in Chapter 3. We know that, and that tells me that Chapter 3 was supposed to be longer, and then, obviously he quit. And now we don't have the vision that Dom Mustard had. I don't like that we have this yearly release chapter thing, and it just feels robotic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, they're obviously, and Fortnite's a little bit more greedy now. We have way more stuff in the shop. The Lego stuff is super overpriced. They're selling cars. Getting rid of rarities. Cosmetics can be, way pricier if they want them to be, And that, because they don't have to, respect a rarity system. They can just be like, this skin is worth this much money, and we're just going to say it is. Because kids won't know, But yeah, the game is in a bad space. Robo, I don't know if you see number 5 there, but you want to talk about the confrontational stuff?
Yeah, here, let me hit you guys with some facts. Have you guys ever been playing Fortnite and someone does take the L on you? Yeah,
oh my gosh!
You're mad, but then again, at the end of the day, it's just an emote in a video game.
It's an
and that emote in the video game was made to piss you off.
Yeah.
Now, how would you feel if your expression of freedom in Fortnite was stripped away from you, to where people can block you from doing take the L by turning on a setting that is set on default, by the way, in your game currently?
Yep.
You have to turn it off by default.
Turn it off.
So that's pretty annoying. But basically, when you do take the L or laugh it up or any BM toxic emote, you just don't do it, and you're just standing there.
Yep.
Which is pretty upsetting. The question is, should it have been added and should it have not been added? My opinion, no. It should not have been added.
I think being on default,
is kind of the main problem. Yeah.
Yeah, it's an optional thing, but it's like, okay, so you have to opt into being bullied, or I feel like you should have left it default, left it as off, so that people like it just shouldn't be it's annoying, dude. And people are, what this is gonna lead to? They're gonna, and this happened with, remember when they made all the skins like for different the age settings for the different modes like all messed up, and you couldn't use certain skins in certain modes.
Yeah.
This is, I feel like they're babying the game so much, and people are, we're gonna start with these 4 emotes, and then people are gonna start using, people are gonna start using 4 other emotes instead, or something like that, or different, emojis, and oh no, they're confrontational, and then they're gonna remove those, and then there's gonna be more, and then there's gonna be more.
Basically, it sets a bad precedent.
Yeah, it's gonna be a snowball effect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna continue and continue. I think that, dude, I think we live. I don't know. Maybe you'll disagree with me on this, or maybe you'll agree with me. I think we live in a culture right now that is so like what's
Be
the
very
word?
careful for your words.
Yeah, the culture we live in, you cannot make fun of someone, or you'll be like told that you are a terrible person and that you like. And I'm not saying bullying's okay. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying like people should be able to tease people, and you should have tough skin and be okay with it.
I'm not agreeing with what Snazzy's saying, because I think teasing can be taken in a lot of different contexts.
Yeah.
But if you got killed in Fortnite and you're knocked and someone does take the L, you will never see that person ever again.
Ever again. Yeah.
It is like the lightest form of teasing. It is literally pixels. It's not like the person came up to you, shot you in the chest with an actual shotgun, and then did the fucking default dance.
Do you know how long ganking, or how long like crouching over and over again on people, like it's been in video games since Halo 3. It's not new, and like pretending like this is gonna solve a problem is just hilarious to me. I'm not saying bullying is okay. That's not what I said at all. It just bothers me that people can't handle something like that. I mean, obviously, maybe I'm different, and obviously I have to be on Twitter and I post, and I get a lot of eyeballs on me, and I get lots of different opinions about, like, people hate me, and I have to just ignore it,
Honestly, Snazzy, probably before Halo 3, probably like the first COD.
Oh yeah,
it's like 2003, I think. Yeah, 2003.
It's probably existed since, teasing or doing stuff like that, like, has
probably since the first
video
FPS
games.
multiplayer shooter.
Yeah.
It's
I just don't
since Unreal Engine or Unreal Tournament.
Yeah, I don't like how this is it's obviously setting a precedent, like you said, and this is just not gonna be the end of it. There's gonna be more. It's not gonna just end here, and that's the problem. I just don't see this being like a simple, it's done and dusted, I don't know. Well, this was a bigger complaint I heard, especially when I made my tweet about it. But how do you feel about them making Make It Plantain and Whip Crack specifically? I'm mad about the toxic emotes, but those two I'm kind of like I have the same argument here with like firearms. Like, I don't blame the firearms, I blame the people that shoot people with firearms. You know what I mean? Like,
I think here's my take. I think the plantain emote is a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, I think it's a stretch too.
That's a really big stretch. The whip crack one I feel like is a bit more understandable. I think Make It Plantain is more of a stretch personally.
Yeah.
But whip crack is totally understandable in my opinion. I think yes, they can be used in a racist context.
Yeah.
But also like you could just block the person. I don't really know.
They should have added like they should have added a thing that, like, you should just be able to report people for races. Like if someone's being racist, like, you should be able to report that. And then,
yeah, no, definitely. And I mean, like, guys, I know me and Snazzy are the two straight white guys talking, but like, hear us out. I think there is a context where blocking these emotes could be good. If you are a streamer of a minority, mainly African American, and you are getting stream sniped and someone kills you and they do that emote on you, that is fucked up. That is bad. I'm not gonna
Yeah.
lie. That is fucked up. Let me be clear. That is terrible. In that context, I can understand it. That is like the only not the only, but that is like the major thing I can understand someone using this setting for.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. No,
that's my positive takeaway of a overall bad thing, in my opinion.
Yeah. It just sucks. Another thing that just to add on, like, like I said, this is, I just don't think this is where it's gonna end. Like, you're gonna have, there's banana sprays, there's banana emojis. Bananas are a kind of a part of Fortnite, right? Like, at what place do you draw the line? Is everything banana related gonna get banned eventually? Because, like, guess what? You banned Make It Plantain. Are people just gonna start using the banana spray with the, what's the monkey skin called? The Beast, skin from DC. What's his name?
Beast Boy.
Beast Boy. Yeah, exactly.
They could use a JB Chupansky, I think his name was.
Who's that?
The space monkey from Chapter 2.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, and I'm bringing this up because, like, say I'm obviously I'm white, but like, let's say someone was making fun of me for being white and like started making cracker jokes or something like that, like, there's stuff that I could get pissed about and then they could ban it, you know, and like, it's just like, I don't know, it's just. There's a lot. I think there's so much gray area, and putting a line on certain things. Where is the line? You know. But anyway, it's just another one of those things where it's like, Fortnite, really, like, this is where we're gonna do this right now. Like, maybe do this when everyone's happy about the game, but I'm sorry, it's very poor timing on their hands. I'm
not too mad about it because I don't really use any of those emotes.
That's true.
Very often, but like, I still think it shouldn't be on by default. That's my main issue.
And also, Fortnite doesn't have now Fortnite has like no because it's on by default. Fortnite has no a reason to sell those emotes. Like seriously, think about it. What percentage of the player base that even knows the setting exists? Because I mean, Twitter is just such a small portion of the player base.
My brother, who plays Fortnite like basically every day, he has no idea it was added.
Yeah,
he doesn't. Yeah.
So why would you sell an emote that no one's gonna be able to see? And now like, you can't make money off of it? Like, what? So yeah, I don't know if you know this, but Make It Laugh It Up has not been in the shop for 700 days.
Really?
It's been almost 2 years since it's been last out.
I wonder if that has anything to do with this.
I think it has. I think it's related, personally, but maybe I'm crazy. Maybe I'm just conspiracy theorying over here.
Maybe you are, and that's okay, Snazzy. I think conspiracy theories lead to great ideas most of the time. Bush did 9/11. Guys, his family knew Bin Laden's family. His family made money off of oil. Hear me out. And it's all connected. Yeah.
Robo, do you have the Paradigm skin, by the way?
I don't. It's the only 7 member I'm missing, and I don't really care about having it, but that's just me.
Well, small piece of news. Paradigm got updated. All of her, like, every version of her visor got updated for, like, a shop asset, which, so she could come back. I wonder if Fortnite, like, I've thought about this. Imagine Fortnite is, like, dying, right? And they're just like, yeah, there's not enough players who really care anymore. What if we just brought back Pink Gold Trooper or the Black Knight or something like that, and that's how they bring back people, right? Like, at what point does the exclusive tag that they have on there, like I don't even think you could technically, like, could you sue Fortnite over something like that? Like, I don't know if you would, but, or if anyone's even capable of that, but, like, I don't know anyone who really cares about the exclusivity of the set of Paradigm. You know, like on a real note, like, if they did sell this skin, there'd be like maybe 10 people mad on Twitter, you know? But yeah.
I think Fortnite, overall, to wrap up this Fortnite portion of the podcast, I think Fortnite's in a bad spot right now. And I hope to see them get out of it. Next season is apparently apocalypse themed, and I've been asking for a Fortnite themed season like, dude, I've been begging. I've been begging since Chapter 1, Season 7. I've been begging. Please make a Fortnite season that's apocalypse themed. There's so much potential. Theming. And don't make it shitty. Don't make it
a good
bad.
season, please.
Make it good. There's so much potential. I love apocalypse themed things. I love Borderlands.
Do you like
I love Fallout. Fallout New
like...
Vegas is one of my favorite games. Borderlands is one of my favorite games. Apocalypse themed stuff is awesome.
Do you like the Mad Max movies?
Oh yeah, and there's a Mad Max movie coming out. Like, it's a perfect opportunity.
Yeah, that would be. I would love to get Mad Max in the game. That'd be so sick.
It's a perfect opportunity. I love that theme. I love that theming.
Yeah, me too.
It's so good.
It could work pretty well. I think it will work really well. Now we've been watching a show, Robo, called Fire Force. We actually just recently finished season 1 with our buddy Ezra, and we wanted to talk about the show, and our thoughts on it, because it's pretty popular. Like, I've heard so much about this show since I've started watching anime back in 2020. What did you think about it, Robo? Season 1. I
thought it was okay. It was a 7 out of 10 show.
It was okay.
There's a lot to like and there's a lot to not like.
Yeah.
My main problem with season 1 is that the story kind of lackluster. It's a bit odd. It's a bit mid. I think it ramps up towards the end of season 1, and the middle half is really where it struggles.
Yes.
That's just me though. I think the good things about this anime is the animation's good, the sound effects are good, most of the characters are likable and funny.
Yeah.
And the power system's good, which are things that actually matter to me. Mainly power system. I like shows that have interesting power systems, and the show does that pretty well. I also like shows that have, weird, bizarre, crazy, kooky moments.
I'm not gonna lie, when we started watching it, I was like, I don't know how long they can, like, come up with unique, interesting ideas for fire powers, because he did it.
They still are doing it. It's,
yeah,
it's pretty good. I mean, I like it. Yeah, I really enjoy the power systems.
I enjoyed the show enough. It kind of almost reminded me of, like, watching Demon Slayer, where the story was just kind of whatever until the very end. And the problem, Demon Slayer doesn't experience this because it's not trying to hide something from you. In Fire Force, there's a mystery, but it's not, like, something I care enough about that I'm like...
It's not a mystery that is, like, explicitly told to you that you should care about this. It's, like, in the background for a lot of the show, and that's because they're just simply introducing characters. Like, Mommy... I don't know her name. Habana, that's her name.
You're talking about
introducing Vulcan, who's a good character. Introducing Licht, who's one of my favorite characters. Introducing the White Clad, which is important to the plot, but it's not necessarily told what exactly they are. They just kind of show up, and you're just meant to know that they exist. Introducing a character like Joker, who is a character
he's cool, and then we don't see him.
And he has no plot relevance so far. Keep in mind, we're only like 8 episodes into season 2, and he is still not shown back up. But he's shown to have a connection of Licht, who seems to be a overall decent human being. And Joker is meant to be like kind of a bag. Like it's like, where's the show going? I don't know. I don't know where it's going.
Like,
is that like it wasn't told to us that we should pay attention. Like a show like Persona 4. I'm gonna use this as a good example because this show. Like, there might be an episode where the entire gang goofs off and they have, like, a fun little thing. But then, like, the next episode, we're right back to, guys, we gotta find the killer!
Yeah, you know? And each episode, like, services that main plot line. You know, there's...
At least a bit
to some extent.
Yeah, it's either, like, half the episode is dedicated to that, or the entire episode is dedicated to that.
Yeah.
You know?
I'm gonna use Attack on Titan as another example. Obviously there's the mystery of the Titans, and Eren is the main character, and it focuses on. But the thing is, every character in Attack on Titan, their story is relevant to the story of the Titans, and therefore it matters the whole time. And Persona is a good example too. In Fire Force, like you said, we have these characters, these side characters that just, like, don't service the main plot line that, like, will make me care about every next episode. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, Hibana and Vulcan and Licht are all somehow connected. Like, Hibana was doing
Yeah.
evil things and being weird.
They're
with
hiding
that,
it too much, though.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it's like, oh, Hibana is somewhat connected, a very small amount. Good luck trying to find out what is or why she's even slightly connected. It's weird. Licht is a weird one because, like I said, him and Joker are like they're in cahoots, like they know each other, and like clearly something's up.
Yeah.
But, like, it's such like small random things. Like they'll meet up and Joker's like, "Is the plan coming on well?" And then Licht's like, "Yeah, man, it's looking really good. I love being a Fire Force agent. It's so much fun." And I'm like, why the fuck are they having this conversation? Like, what did this? I mean, thanks for reminding me that Joker exists.
Yeah.
But it sucks that you have to do that.
Yeah. No, seriously. And yeah, just a lot of characters don't matter in the plot. Like Maki, for example, like she seemed like she would be important, and then she disappeared for like
she proceeded to just
15
only show
episodes.
Up during fights.
Yeah.
That's like her only purpose is that she shows up during big fights.
Speaking of characters, Shinra's your favorite character right now, right? Like,
I want to say
or
that
Arthur,
my favorite
maybe.
It's probably Obi.
Obi.
Yeah, the main.
The captain.
The captain. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I think he's actually my favorite character. On a real note.
He's got a good heart. Like I think he's a solid like.
He's just a good person. He's funny. I like how he doesn't have powers, but he just trains. Like he's the definition of hard work pays off. I like that.
Yeah.
I like his character. Other than him, I like Arthur. I like Shinra. I like Licht a lot. I mentioned him earlier.
Yeah. I think my favorite character at the moment is probably Shinra. If I had to be real, I wish that it was someone else because I don't love being like my favorite character is the main character. But like, I don't know if that's just me being weird. But like,
nah, I don't think that's weird. I mean, your favorite AOT character is Aaron.
Yeah.
And your favorite JoJo character is
Jotaro.
Yeah.
Jotaro's. I feel like the whole cast of Part 3 is like the main character, to be honest. Besides Abdul, like I feel like 3 of those characters are like the main character practically, or at least Joseph
Jotaro,
and Polnareff.
Yeah.
Especially depending on like what episodes we're talking about, but anyway, my Shinra was. Obviously, he's the main character. He's got the most screen time. But my problem with him is that I just didn't care about the mystery behind his mom's death, his brother, and like, just there was a lot of things that I just wish I had cared more about. And then, like I said, the side characters barely get enough plot.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, I actually cared about Shinra's mom and his whole mystery from like episode 4 or 3. But really? I think that might have just been me.
We watched with another guy named Ezra, and he also felt the same way as I did.
He dropped the show, by the way. He's not joining us in the season 2 watch.
Yeah, which season 2 has been much better. Because we're actually learning about I feel like learning about the world of the show is so much more interesting. It adds so much. We're learning right now about like why the way the world is the way it is, and it's like it actually adds to the plot and like makes every character's like desires and like actions more interesting, and I am enjoying it a lot more. I don't know, season 2, you liking it so far? It's a little better, hopefully.
Yeah, I mean, there's good things about season 2 and there's good things about season 1. I just think season 2 overall right now
it's been better.
It's just doing it better. Yeah.
What's the next thing that we want to talk about? Oh, yeah. We were going to talk about our different viewing. I don't know. Hopefully our viewers, if you're this far into the episode, if you guys like watch anime, watch anime. I'm a big I'll watch. I haven't watched a ton of shows. I'm not like watching 300 animes. I don't care what I'm watching. But like I like a lot more stuff, and I noticed that, like, as I've known Robo for a long time, this is why I brought it up. Robo is a lot more picky when it comes to the shows he watches, and he gets really like into the shows he watches. I don't know, Robo. Do you like feel like do you know why you're like that?
I don't know why I'm like that. It could just be that I have a very specific taste in what I like, and there's not very many shows that adhere to that specific taste.
I feel
So,
like characters,
because those shows do that, I just latch onto them.
Yeah, I noticed that like in shows that you do like JoJo, Haganai,
JoJo Haganai,
Death Note, what's another show? Persona. I feel like these characters have like very like, I don't want to say they're unrealistic, but like certain like they're like oh god, not personas, but like they're very over the top. Light's like not a real human. L is not a human, like it's not a real person.
I think the best example of this is my favorite main character is Lelouch from Code Geass. That's my favorite main character.
In Code Geass, yeah.
2 episodes or so ago. He's my favorite main character, and he's not realistic at all. Not because like his actions can be kind of realistic, but his thing is that like he's over the top constantly.
He's an over the
top. He always like
person.
Announces himself, and like he just explodes, and like a wall opens up, and like he like does some like crazy like switcheroo fucking mental gymnastics level gameplay. Like I mean,
no one in real life would do that. Yeah,
I just like that. You know, that's just incredible to me.
Yeah, no, I get what you mean. I think that for me, I'm trying to think what the most consistent thing across the shows I like is. Like, I'm not saying like every show I've watched, just like the top shows. I noticed that that usually there's some like I've noticed in the top shows, not like every show, but like in the top shows, there's always like some like light romance, not like hard romance. Like I'm not like into like the I'm talking like Eren, Mikasa, or like Frieren has like a small amount of romance in it. But like light romance mixed with like time travel typically, and heavy drama. I like a lot of drama. But yeah, that's probably like my most consistent thing in my shows that I watch. If I were to put it into words, I think. But
fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, also my other thing with shows that I like is that I like characters that are relatable, and I know we just said that I like characters that are over the top, but I mean, I'm kind of over the top also. I'm kind of extra. I can't lie.
Gosh.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of extra, but yeah. I mean, I just like characters that are relatable. I mean, Lelouch he's not necessarily relatable, but you know, I have big hopes and dreams for myself.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
So does Lelouch, you know. I'm really into politics. It's kind of like one of my favorite things to discuss and to learn about.
Yeah.
And Lelouch is kind of into that. You know, he has the whole. That's basically what the entire. It's really just a political thriller with mechs. It's really all it is. I mean, yeah. And I just like that kind of idea. One of my favorite JoJo characters is Josuke from Part 4, Kira from Part 4. I relate to both of those characters somehow. Don't ask. At the same time, don't worry about it. Just stuff like that. I mean, so really nothing else I can say other than I just like characters that are relatable. That's really it.
Yeah, I can see that.
If I can connect to a character on a personal level, like I know what you're going through, or me and you have similar interests, or even as simple as me and you dress just similar.
Yeah.
I'm going to like you.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's just how I am, I guess. Yeah.
I feel like.
Or do you kind of understand where I'm coming from with that? Like, do you also kind of?
Yeah, I'd say like. I don't know if it's like a. What's the word? I relate to the characters that I like, right? But I think another thing that on top of that, like, for example, David from Cyberpunk. He's one of my favorite main characters from like a TV show. I desire not like everything about him as a person, but the thing I like really want that he gets eventually, and that he like, it's obviously he has like this like thing for Lucy, and I want to find that significant other in my life. I think that when I watched Cyberpunk, I was kind of even more in that state. And I related to that like desire for companionship, I think, if you know what I mean. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
I'd say the same thing probably for what's his face, Subaru from ReZero. Kind of the same situation. He's looking for a girl that he can like woo, right? And the whole show is about like, it's a mix of him trying to save everyone and like about the girl that he likes, right? That's like another like and like the main character from Party Me Up. That, oh my gosh, like that is me. I want to be him. In the end of the show, and the beginning version of him is like, I'm not like depressed like he is, but you know what I mean? Like that's kind of how I would put it.
I just have a hand fetish, so yeah. Anyway,
that is crazy.
Anyway.
Going from hand fetish, do we?
Speaking of politics, I like politics. Naz likes politics.
Yeah.
We're pretty political guys. We played devil's advocate in history class.
Yeah.
What's wrong with it?
I did that once to my teacher over the Mexico, the California Mexico stuff. That you know how we like took over like half of Mexico.
Yeah.
I had an argument with my professor about it, and like I got him to like pause during the thing, and he like just didn't have an answer for me in front of the class. It was really funny. I made him feel like an idiot, and then he hated me after that. So I was like, yeah, bro, get better.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Snazzy likes the streamer for some reason. I couldn't even tell you why. He's kind of weird.
Asmongold. No, he's not.
Asmongold. Asmongold.
He's cool.
He's alright. He does like he plays like World of Warcraft. I think that's why Snazzy likes him. I don't know.
Anyway, that's why I originally liked him. Yeah.
He was talking about how pro-Palestine people were blocking roads in New York City, and he basically said that is a bad way of protesting because it's insignificant, and all you're doing is just ruining someone's day by doing that. And also, like, you're just acting like the world revolves around you, which is annoying and bad and narcissistic.
Yeah.
So, it's not really great to deal with.
Yeah.
But yeah, I sort of agree. My best example of this is people who protest about being vegan. They want everyone to go vegan. They go to museums and they just like throw paint on paintings, like priceless paintings.
Yeah.
And ruin them. And no one likes you because you do that.
And you're like, how does that? Yeah, what does that do with you?
You're just doing nothing. You're literally just actually making everyone not like what you're doing. Because like I can maybe understand where a vegan's coming from. Like I'm not a vegan. I'll probably never go vegan.
Yep.
Ever. I love meat. Chicken.
I love
steak,
meat. Eggs,
beef. I love it. But yeah, I mean, like you doing that just makes you unlikable. Just like how someone blocking the street, even if I agree with their cause, genocide's bad, pro-Palestine. I'm going to not like them, and I'm going to not care because you are actively intervening in my life and making it substantially worse for your own gain. Yeah. Which I don't know.
Also, what they're doing isn't going to like in a large scheme of everything. It's not affecting anything.
You're not giving them money. You're just walking around at NYC being a dickhead.
Yeah, McDonald's is still making their money. Whoever you're trying to protest. Usually, if you're blocking roads, like they're still making their money. These people you're just making it hard for people to like live their lives.
I've seen statistics that are like, yeah, McDonald's they're losing money. We're actually doing something. Maybe that's good. I'm not saying. I mean, that's a pretty big achievement. I congratulate you guys on your protest actually working. But you blocking the road in New York City and causing problems for some random guy who's just trying to get to work, you're just making his life worse, and that's pretty upsetting. That you're doing that instead of actually doing something that would matter.
Yeah,
that would be better.
And I like to compare this to like, an actual cause that like actually people got behind. Like for example, the civil rights movement. Getting law, rights for Black people because
basically just getting rid of segregation.
Beings, right?
Yeah.
You know what they did? Instead of blocking roads to arbitrary things that don't usually affect the main problem, people would do what like something like a sit-in, in a company, cause them, to show the problem, the exact issue by like, you are not serving, a Black person, you are treating a white person better, and making the problem obvious and affecting actual change. That is like proper protesting, in my opinion. If you're just doing something, and Robo had a great example of just throwing paint on random, like destroying priceless artifacts for nothing. That kind of, and I think the same thing about these road blockages, blocks, like, and even I think rioting is never the right decision. I think that, like, I love Martin Luther King because his whole philosophy was peaceful protests and not hurting anyone, because it's not about hurting the other side, it's about showing the problem and changing people's hearts, right? So anyway, just this whole debacle happened on Twitter, and Asmongold made a comment about it, and I was like, yep, this guy is totally right, and I'm glad people agree with him. But there are a lot of people that disagree with him and think that this is totally okay, and they'll be like, well, you're just against protesting. It's like, no, don't make this about something it's not about. People love to, like, try to divert the problem. It's like, no, people are not against protesting. They're against the way you're protesting, and whether or not you're making a difference. I think it's funny. Remember back when the Amazon wildfires happened?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I do.
And everyone was, like, posting on Instagram, like, save the wildfires! And it's like, it was funny because, like, it never actually did anything. The only thing it did was, I found out later, actually, a lot of, like, the donations that people were making up actually just went straight into the bank accounts of people that were, like, it never actually went to the Amazon wildfire thing. Like, posting about something and pretending like you care about it is super easy when the actual thing you could do to help is hard. Like, you could actually get out there.
And you could maybe actually care about it, which if you do, that's great, but you have to go about it in a good way. That's basically. Yeah. Protesting is good when it's used correctly and it's not harming people's lives and making their lives worse for no reason other than your own idea of what is good.
Yep.
That's
I
it.
Agree.
That's it.
Well,
What you should do is put up posters, make a commercial to go live on TV.
Yeah.
If you have the funds for that.
Yep.
Talk to people, have meetings, bring attention to your political figures.
Come up with a strategy that
like,
makes sense.
Anything else but doing this.
Yeah.
Guys, I'm gonna be honest. I'm neutral on the Palestine and Israel thing. I'm very neutral. Both sides, extremely neutral. I really don't have a super strong opinion, and I can see both sides on where they're coming from, kind of. But this is not the way you should go about this.
Yeah.
There you go.
No,
I'm not gonna preach anymore. I'm just stating my opinion.
Yeah.
How I feel. As a person who is not biased, I don't support either side.
Yeah.
It's bad.
And I mean, that's good coming from you. I'm pro-Israel, and regardless of of this protest, I've seen hundreds of other protests for a lot of other different problems and social issues that I even agree with, and I will be like, that's not the way to go about it, Like, there's just better ways to do it, that don't affect people in negative ways, that, like, it's like the consequences of what you're doing. Like, you got to think about what you're doing, because if you want to, like, make people want to support you and back you, it kind of reminds me of, I don't know if you've ever, like, had to design like in a school project, like, design some, like, thing that you're gonna try to sell or something. But, like, one of the big things that comes with, like, designing something is the compassion for your client, for the people who are using the thing that you're making. Having care beyond just what the thing does, but thinking about how people are going to use it. Is it customer friendly? Like, applying that philosophy to your strategy of protesting and thinking about how it's going to affect other people that may be the people you're trying to convert to your your cause, that's, I think, one of the biggest things when it comes to strategizing a protest. But yeah.
I actually had one of those projects to come up with a like a thing to sell.
Like a product.
My product was a lunchbox with a built-in thermos.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
We Mine was shoes that you could take the sole of the shoe off and like replace with like roller skates, what are they called? Ice skates. Like different things you could do with your shoe, and if you just wanted a different so you didn't have to buy different types of shoes for different things. That was my idea.
Bro, it costs 10 radiant points to change styles. Holy shit.
No.
Actually, those shoes had selectable styles. How many players did he have to outlive for this? And it's just like the shoes with like roller skates on it. It's just crazy.
Oh my gosh. Well.
Yeah.
Are we
This is a pretty interesting episode.
Yeah. It's actually our longest episode in 30 seconds.
Wow. And we had the least amount of topics.
This is crazy.
This is weird. I think we talked about Fortnite for like 40 minutes. That's really what it was.
Something like that, yeah. Probably. Yeah. But anyway, you ready to wrap it up?
Yeah, you can do the outro.
Well, guys, it has been an awesome episode. It's 11 episodes in. Honestly, I'm having a lot of fun doing these. These are great. But yeah, thanks for joining us, guys. Robo, please go check out his YouTube channel. He makes awesome videos, and go check out my Twitter if you want to see some stuff. Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up for today. Robo, thanks for hosting with me, co-hosting with me. You're the best. You're the best. But yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out, guys.
Yeah, I have a hand fetish.